Hi there everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Krista here to do the extended monthly forecast for the sign of Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. I hope that you enjoyed your July extended monthly forecast, and I really want to express my gratitude for everyone who comments on the videos and lets me know how the readings work out for you or what they mean to you. I love hearing from you, so thank you for your comments. Thank you for your encouragement to do this work. This is taking a rest. Thank you for your likes and shares and for subscribing to my channel. That means the world to me as well, so thank you so much. So this is a general reading for the sign of Virgo, Sun, Virgo, Moon, and Virgo Rising for the month of August 2018. If you'd like a personal reading, my contact information is in the description box below. So what does Virgo need to know for the month of August 2018? What does Virgo need to know for the month of August? I also want to wish any Virgos born at the end of August a beautiful and healthy happy birthday to you. Virgo need to know? August 2018. There it is. Wow, that was a really big jolt in my arm. Let's see what we come up with here. So I'm going to be using a 7-card horseshoe spread today for your reading, and as always, drawing oracle cards from the other 4 decks here. This card at the bottom of the deck is not technically part of the horseshoe spread, but I do enjoy using bottom of the deck energy to relate existing information to, and just to look at what some of the concern around, as I said, the general energy for the month for you. So we do have this Knight of Swords or Messenger of Air in this deck. This is someone who's galloping through with an actual message, with a request, with a possibly to solve a problem here. But we do have air sign qualities. You could be dealing with a Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius, or you could have that sign in the first 5 planets of your own chart, or even your rising sign. If that's the case, I would suggest that this is your energy. Otherwise, I would suggest that you are dealing with a person who is an air sign here, just because we're dealing with the court card. But also, ultimately, this is a message of clarity. This could come through social media, of course, or you could be communicating with this person through social media. But ultimately, someone has a message for you, or you have a message for them. But remember, anytime we're dealing with air, we're dealing with a great deal of clarity. So this is someone who enjoys the truth and can grapple with it, and enjoys knowledge and is quite logical. As I said, if that isn't the other person, then it is energy that is available to you to deal with these issues. Holy smokes, look at all of the fire. Little bit of passion going on for you in August. Possibly another Virgo here. So yeah, as I always do, I'm just going to get a little snapshot of all the cards together and point out anything I see that's pretty fascinating before going into what each of the cards mean just as their own energy, and then we'll look at them in their respective positions. So we do have a major arcana here. We have a 9. 9 is ascended master energy. You could be learning something significant about yourself this month. This is present energy for you. So going within. I don't think you have to become necessarily a hermit. I don't think you have to oh, wow. Oops. I don't think you have to necessarily avoid other people, but I do think that there's something about the month of August that's going to either call you to go within, or there will be a natural need to go within, to discover something within, or to learn to soothe yourself, calm yourself, prepare yourself, okay, so etc. So whatever that means to you is going on here as your present energy. It could also mean that you are developing meditative qualities, or you're becoming involved in meditation. If that's the case, it can be a confirmation card for that. If you haven't thought about any of that or that's not going on, I think what that in its present position is suggesting is that this is an opportunity for you to do well in this environment this month. So if you've been putting off meditating, for example, it looks like August might be a nice time for you to do that. So look what we have here just to the side in your recent past to the general energy, which is the page. And the page is this is like the spark of something. It's like the whisper or the promise of something that you are supposed to hear or are supposed to be talking about. This could very well, anytime we're dealing with air as well, this could be happening internally to you in your own mind. So it's something that I do think that you're developing. Perhaps, the thought has occurred to you here, for example, the spark of something. Maybe there's a curiosity about how to go about something. This could also indicate research, but it is in your recent past. And then, with the general energy being the night there. So I feel like there's a great deal of growth that's occurred here. It's like, a spark was ignited in your mind, for example, and you just went you galloped along until you got to travel with it, or you got to, do something with that message or talk about it, or it matured somehow, okay? This became this spark or this interest or, this sort of like beginner level research type thing, like this matured here, or this stands a very good chance of becoming mature here. So yeah, I would treat this very positively, that page of air. Here we have another messenger. Look at this with the messenger of fire. This is very similar to the following cards here. We have the Knight, the Queen, and the King here. This is, especially when they're all together, and I know they're in different positions, but just as their own energy, their elemental energy, and then of course all three court cards, we're dealing with an enormous entrepreneurial spirit here. There is something on the fast track here. I mean, look at with the, here what you should do, take a chance here, 4 fire cards, okay? So an action of some sort needs to be taken here this month for you, Virgo, but I do suggest as well that make sure it's matured, make sure it's at the, you've done your due diligence, make sure that you've perhaps, most importantly here, before making a move necessarily, go within, make sure that you are right with yourself, you are comfortable and confident and, whole, okay? You want to be whole before going through this, because anytime we're dealing with fire, I mean, it's, whether we like it or not, it's going to burn away what isn't necessary, whether that's about us or our environment or anyone that we deal with. So it's really important to be solid in yourself, okay? And as I said, it does represent Virgo, so there's a lot of earth element here as well, believe it or not. So we don't have any earth elements in the cards necessarily, but I am reading for Virgo. The card representing Virgo showed up in the present. So I think there could be something very positive about yourself, Virgo, this month, that either you're just looking into or you, for whatever reason, didn't want to delve too deep into or put off or just were uncomfortable with, or there wasn't a great deal of clarity. It was just an interest. And like I said, with the bottom of the energy, bottom of the deck energy here, which again, I find so helpful for these reasons, for these readings rather, I just see, especially if you do this, if you go in and you're like, that's it, that's what I needed, that's what I needed to know, that's what I needed to be sure about, that's what I needed to tap into, okay? So anything like that that's going on, for example, I would say like all of this is going to turn out so successfully. In fact, a celebration awaits. So just gorgeous energy here for you. Okay, so I'm getting carried away. That is the Knight of Wands, as it were. So there's also a message that occurs here as well. Anytime we're dealing with the Knight of Wands or even the 8 of Wands, despite it not being an air quality, there is a concept of a message being brought to you here. But this is fast moving. This could be anytime we're dealing with air, it could be fleeting. It could be, as I said, it could be a whisper. It could be an idea or a concept. With, you know, the 8 of Wands, or even the Messenger of Wands, as I said here, this is an actionable communication. This is something definitely being said and planned and spoken about. Here's where we have a true entrepreneurial spirit representing you this month. So absolutely beautiful. Listen, it just occurred to me, I think that you might be a little bit, I'm not going to say overwhelmed. I think you might be a little excited. In fact, rightfully, you should be. You should be excited about something that seemed rather small or insignificant, or you didn't know what to do with it, or it was just an idea. It didn't really have a lot of life or a lot of fullness behind it. It was sort of the skeleton stage, and it almost went like, it's just an idea. I'm going to go within and figure it out. Oh my God, I got it. I know what to do now. And then you're just like doing it. So I don't think it's something that you're going to have to search too hard within yourself for. That's the other thing too. I don't see you, you know, really doing any painstaking work here. I don't think it's going to be overwhelming. I think, honest to God, especially with all this fire here, I think it's probably going to be one of the most exciting months for you in a long time, I'm very happy to say. But yeah, like you are confident. You get it, your feet are on the ground, you're solid, you know yourself, and you're like, I'm ready. I have this message to bring, or this message is real to me now. I know exactly what I'm going to do, and you're proud. Like anytime we're dealing with, you know, wands as well, there's an element of pride there. And as it should be. So in her heart, there is the symbol for Uranus, which means that something sudden could come to the fore. But again, it's under the fire element. So it's going to be something, like I said, whatever isn't working or necessary is going to burn away. It's going to find itself burned away. But you know what? To no loss to you. I don't think you're going to, clearly, you're not going to be grieving anything. So maybe if something that is meant to be left behind is going to be easily left behind in order for you to charge forward. Here with this gorgeous King of Wands here as well. I hope I'll hold everything up to the camera in just a moment, but seriously, like the Ace, the Knight, the Queen, and the King, like this is extremely, so mature energy, and then spark of action, taking action, that first step towards something extremely exciting and fulfilling and life-affirming for you here. I'm getting goosebumps. It's so beautiful. So with the King of Fire, his heart is pure. This could very well be a spiritual leader. You could, as I said, very well have a spiritual awakening this month, Virgo, that first of all, I do not think in any way is going to take you by surprise, which is beautiful. Secondly, you're going to know exactly what to do with it. So please, please, if you have a second, let me know how this works out for you. I'm genuinely curious to see what you're going to do with this enormously gorgeous energy. As I said, you know, spark of action, you know, doing some, you know, making that move here under the auspices of a new beginning or an opportunity to make a move here. And then with this beautiful 3 of Cups at the very end, an actual celebration will occur probably by the 3rd to 4th week for you at the end of the month. Now, that was quite an involved overview, but as I always like to do, let's look at each card in their respective position, and of course I want to make sure that you get a little view of the artwork. And as I always say too, if there's something in the cards, whether that's color or imagery, or even language on the cards, or the way something's written, if something is important to you that I'm not mentioning for whatever reason, please trust your instincts and follow that, okay? There could very well be messages here in the cards for you that are designed for you that only you can see. So please feel free to do that. So as I said, in your recent past, that page of air, that spark of interest, that I wonder if, okay, fill in the blank. I wonder what would happen if something got your attention. I wonder where that would lead me. I wonder what that means. Okay, so there's a great deal of wonderment here. It's actually quite a It's a really special page, if you ask me. I know all the cards are special in their own ways, but there's something, you know, like there's something really significant about that, because especially followed by the Hermit here, because it's all about you. This is all about your personal development. Now, as a general reading, if this is a love concern, if this is a business or a travel or even a peer concern, yeah, apply these messages accordingly. But it doesn't steal from the fact that this is something that had to occur within your own mind first. You had to become curious about something first. Here is the Hermit. As I said, this represents your present. So this is going within. And as you can see here, there's only one lock on the door, but there are there are 5 different keys. So if those numbers are meaningful to you, a 5 or a 9, use that to your advantage. You may have to go through 5 sets of ideas, 5 themes, 5 meditation periods. You may have to write 5 different pros and cons lists, like whatever that means. You know, do your due diligence, do what you have to do. But like I said, ultimately go within. What's important to you? What's meaningful to you? You know, what would raise your own vibration and help you self-actualize? You know, bring you to your highest potential is what I see happening in the present with the Hermit. And it doesn't have to be, it's not like you have to, like I said, you don't have to go within the whole month. It's not like you have to spend time alone the whole time, but it is really about, another way to frame this is there's really no other way to do this. There's almost no other path. Or road, or avenue, etc., that you could take in order to get as deep as you need to get here. So in other words, you know, you can only consult so many astrologers, you can only consult so many books or self-help, or, you know, you can even here with the idea stage, you can only, you know, accumulate so many ideas and so many interests, for example, before there comes a time when you really have to buckle down and you know, get through what isn't right for you right now, or what isn't working, or what you don't want to face or can't, or what have you, and really get to the nitty-gritty, really get to the root of what it is that you want to produce or invent or design or experience, etc. And I think this answer will come to you very, very quickly. So we're here sort of early into the month for you. We're here around the 2nd week for you. And this is where, with this gorgeous energy with the hidden influences, again, this is the spirit of, you know, there's a lot of flirty energy here as well. I mean, there's someone who has a lot of fire in their heart, someone who's very passionate. So there's a great deal of passion here. And as I mentioned, with the Knight of Wands and with the 8, we don't have the 8 here, but I mean, you have enough fire energy for one reading to, you know, fill a book here. So you're dealing with a lot of passionate energy, a lot of action-oriented energy. So no matter how you're applying this this passion, for example, if it is about a business, if it is about a thought process or a series of things that, you know, ideas or concepts, etc., that you want to examine, I think the hidden influence here is the opportunity to do that. Someone's going to have your back. If this is another person, I may not have mentioned this, because we're dealing with so many court cards here, Virgo, I might suggest as well that you are dealing specifically with someone who has strong Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius energy, if they aren't themselves those signs. I just want to throw that out there as well. You could even have Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries signs in the first 5 planets of your own chart, including your rising sign. So if that's the case, if you're a cross watcher, for example, and you know you're a Leo sun, Virgo moon, for example, you know, you can consider this these court cards to be your energy. You could be dealing with 1 or 2 other fire signs, but 10 to 1, this is going to be your energy here. But as I said, as a hidden influence, I think it's just going to be so exciting. I wouldn't talk yourself out of anything here, especially after you go within, do some meditating, do some pros and cons, do some yes and no. You know, you want to get to the nitty, get to your heart, get to what's important to you. And I think things will just take off. I think there'll be an opportunity that becomes available to you through another person or through a series of events here. Okay. And here with the card representing you, yourself, again, just how beautiful is this? The heart of the entrepreneur. You could become a business owner. You could be opening your own business. You could be looking into, for example, perhaps it just occurred to you that this is a possibility for you for the first time ever or in a long time. And as I said, you've matured so much more. You might have even narrowed down already what the ideas are and then going that you want. And then by going within, you recognize not only do you know what you want, but you're capable of following through. And I think this is what this is saying here, like, go for gold, reach for the stars here. This is such an exciting, beautiful, gorgeous energy. There's, as with all the fire, obviously, there's a great deal of warmth. Someone's got their heart on their sleeve right now. It could be you. You could be dealing with an individual with their heart on their sleeve. It could be the both of you, or perhaps even, you know, within your general environment, to be honest with you here, there's just a lot of love. There's a lot of affection. Yes, it could be sexual passion, of course. And as I said, let me know how this is affecting your specific relationships or concerns. But generally speaking, a lot of passion, a lot of affection, a lot of, there's a wisdom here as well, especially because, you know, we follow with your outside influences or the influences of others, a great deal of wisdom, great deal of even spiritual guidance here for you. So what a beautiful month, especially in your birthday month, if that's the case. You know, what a beautiful month for you to maybe even, like, there's a point where you come to terms with being as powerful as you really are. And I feel like somebody had to, a few Virgos needed to hear that. You know, to be as powerful as you really are, especially in the world of healing, okay? And you know what they say, that the best healers, and I'll even add the best teachers, are the ones who had to heal themselves, the ones who had to teach themselves, okay? So, and even that could be some element of it as well, where either there was, you know, a belief system that you didn't have it in you, or you didn't have the resources, or you couldn't follow through, or it was going to steal from something else, or whatever the notion was around it. There's this element now of, you know, pure comfort with this spiritual aspect of yourself, so much so that you could teach it, you could lead it. As I said, with the 9 is the number of the spiritual master. It's an ascended master number, okay? So if that's what's going on here, I would say feel confident moving ahead. This is a very gorgeous, gorgeous energy for you. Here, as I said, is the Ace of Fire, or Ace of Wands, as it were. I did go over this a tiny bit at the very beginning, so I won't spend too much time on it right now, but this is literally taking an action. So you're ready. Whatever you've been putting off, whatever you think you couldn't do, wasn't the right time, didn't have blank, whatever it is, that's on the back burner now. That doesn't matter. You're going to make a move. It's in the right direction. An opportunity really by the 3rd week could very well just land in your lap, or be presented to you. Like, here, have you thought of this? Here, try this, or I saw this person do this. And you could even, it has nothing to do with words. It could just be you watch somebody and you're like, well, I want to do that too. That's what I'm doing. Okay, so very real, gorgeous entrepreneurial outcomes for you here. I hope that's what's going on for you. If it does have to do with love, of course, this is a nice new next level for a love affair for you as well. And here with your final outcome, the 3 of Cups, gorgeous energy. The 3 of Cups is all about celebration, 100%. It's right up there with the 9 of Cups. with regard to celebration, but it's not so self-indulgent. The Nine of Cups is like, it's cool with getting drunk and being inebriated, and you know, no hate, like that's if that's your gig. But this is more like, I have something to celebrate. Like, where are my friends? Where are my homies? We have to celebrate. So there's definitely something to celebrate by the end of the month for you. And because we are dealing with cups, we are dealing with emotional energy. So a great deal of emotional celebration for you. And really lovely to see that for you as well. It's also early into the cups, so that's really nice as well. You get to build on this. You get to develop right all the way up to that 10 of Cups, which is what we all want. We want those 10 of Pentacles. We want those 10 of Cups. So you're early into it, so your final outcome by the end of the month. But remember, you have even more to celebrate, so look forward to more of that type of celebration. Here we have breathe. I mean, it's just another reminder here with the Hermit, frankly. A reminder to go within, take it easy, you know, don't stress. And as I said from the super start, look what she's doing. She's literally meditating. So yeah, it might be a nice, and again, you don't have to drive yourself nuts, you know, trying to meditate or incorporating meditation into your daily activities, but you know, find some time, especially in the first 2 weeks, find some time to at least sit down with yourself once or twice in order to get to the bottom of this. Get to the bottom. You know, you want to be here. You want to be exacting. I know exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to move ahead in this direction on that horse. You know, take that original idea or thought or concept, interest, concern, whatever that was, you know, take it and run with it, go with it, see if it can grow, because it looks like there's a beautiful opportunity that can grow out of it here. But definitely breathe, take it easy, don't become overwhelmed. That could be important for you right now as well, especially with all of this fire energy for you. Here with harmony, music could play a very, very important part for you this month. Could be that music is part of what you had planned to engage in. Could be, you know, one of your ideas, one of your concepts. If that's not the case, I would suggest that harmony within your leisure, within the world of leisure for you, I think that you have to create more harmonious conditions. So I think there could also be a call for more music, more art, okay? More work around fabric, more work around anything that has to do with the creative arts, frankly. It could be you know, ceramics, for heaven's sakes. It could be a spiritual matter, okay? So definitely music and art and creativity playing a part here. But harmony, another way to look at harmony is to suggest that there is a vibrational tone to everything, and I think that you're either becoming aware of that or you're becoming more in tune and comfortable with that. So another way to read harmony is also to suggest that we are, you know, you're balanced. There's a harmonious balance, and you know the difference when there isn't. So it's a higher vibration here. So keep in that higher vibration, especially with all this beautiful energy around you. Literally my favorite card from the medicine cards is the hummingbird, and its keyword is joy. So yeah, I just see you becoming perhaps the person you've always wanted to become, or, you know, able to take that risk or chance that you've always wanted to take. I feel you are able, for the first time in a long time, or maybe ever, able to allow yourself to feel joy, allow yourself to feel accomplished or excited, okay, for the future. Whoa, that just flippity flopped. Healing family issues. Well, my dear Virgo, I really truly hope so, because this is worth its weight in gold. Your love benefits as you forgive your parents. You know, how incredibly heartfelt is this? And again, you know, with this sense of entrepreneurial spirit, with this sense of, you know, this huge heart, Okay, you can get through anything. There's a real spiritual awakening, if nothing else, whatever that means to you in terms of spirit or God or wholeness or etc. Okay, all of these themes are surrounding forgiving your parents and your love life benefits. And yes, that includes a romantic partner. But remember, we are always in a relationship with ourselves, and we love all sorts of people in our environment. So everybody wins here. There is a win-win situation for you by the end of the month, dear Virgo. I'm so pleased to say that for you. So please take your time with yourself. I wouldn't stress about anything. Things are unfolding just beautifully for you. But remember, at the end of the month, the celebration will occur primarily through a series of actions that you will be taking here in order to raise your own vibration, because you finally understand that you deserve the best. You're willing to put the work and the effort into what it is that you deserve and would do the best at. And it's after going within that you can find this out. And believe me, everyone will benefit at the end of this. You could very well become a leader yourself in this environment. So I hope that you found that helpful. It was a real joy to read for you. So let me know how it works out for you, dear Virgos. Have a beautiful birthday month if it is your birthday. And I look forward to seeing you in a couple of weeks for your September reading. Take excellent care until then. Bye for now.